The world of RuneScape is a vast and complex one. It provides many opportunities for challenges, grinds, and adventures. And in July of 2020, I set out on my journey through Gielinor. That's me, Anton9102. I'm a completely new player to RuneScape. I'm documenting my journey, all of the highs and the lows, as I traverse the complex lands of RuneScape. Follow me in my quest to max my player stats and conquer the challenges of Gielinor in my RuneScape Let's Play. Maxing in RuneScape is an incredible achievement. It requires hundreds and hundreds of hours of grinding. It requires commitment and a whole lot of patience. And it's not a task for me. Not yet anyway. But I do plan to at least take my first step towards maxing. Now, there are many skills in old school RuneScape, 23 to be exact. But there has always been one that stood out to me. Runecraft. Being the second least earned max skill behind agility, this infamous skill earns its place as the most tedious skill. Low experience rates and monotonous and fairly intense training methods, as well as no real reason to level this skill, are the reasons that this skill has been maxed by so few people. Which makes it the perfect skill to start the journey to max. If I level the most difficult skill to max first, then it's only going to get easier to max the rest. So, maxing Runecraft. That's the goal. Alright, well, I have a lot of money now, and I'm still doing duo raids, so I think it'll be a good time for a bit of an upgrade. The Tactical Whip is degradable, so it will be fairly expensive to use, but I think it will be worth the DPS increase. And I'll buy some bonds because they're really cheap right now. I'll probably store them for now. I can claim them later with the Premier Cult package for a really good deal, so I'll wait on that. Yeah, I have enough days remaining. I've been looking forward to this for a little while. Now that I don't have the Mimic in my inventory, I can finally complete Mage Arena 2 and obtain an Imbued God Cape, which is going to be a big upgrade from my magic gear. The Ancestral Hat costs around 10 million GP and provides the same magic percent bonus as the cape, so I'm really excited to finally get it. First I need to cast each Godspell 100 times in the Mage Arena. That is Flames of Zamorak, Claws of Guthix, and Saradomin Strike unlocked. Now I'm going to scout out the followers without any gear on. And now I can get into the cheap gear that I bought for this purpose. There is Justicier's Hand. Well, there's the Zamorak follower. Oh, found the Guthix follower. There is the heart. And there are the roots. And I've decided to imbue the Ceradomin cape. It looks really nice. I'm really happy to finally have it. By the way, I'm just doing raids for a fun challenge. I want to get better at mechanics, and I do have a chance each raid to get a twisted bow, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. Well, that was our first raid back, and we did fairly well. I'm really excited to do more. So we got an Onyx? Absolutely insane luck. That's an extra 750k for each of us. Alright, I've gotten quite used to life without the Mimic. It's a lonely one, but the extra inventory space is quite useful. But also, I've got my plan for Runecraft laid out. Now, the wiki has some pretty good training methods listed, but what it fails to realize is that the best way to train Runecraft is to not train Runecraft. I'm going to be completing every single achievement diary. Each diary, when completed, awards an XP lamp with varying amounts of XP based on the difficulty of the diary. 828,500 XP is how much I'll get from the diaries, when I exclude diaries that I've already claimed lamps from. That would get me to around 75 Runecraft, but it isn't that simple. Some of the diaries actually require Runecraft, really high levels, so I won't be able to get the experience until I level up Runecraft properly, but that'll be a future concern. Point is, I need to complete achievement diaries, and achievement diaries require a lot of skills to be leveled, so that's the plan, to level the skills that I need to complete the achievement diaries. Also, I'm not going to boost for any of the requirements. I'm going to actually obtain all the levels I need, no half measures. So, I'm going to start by training agility. Some of you may not know about this training method as it was added in June 2020, but it's the reason that agility is definitely not the most difficult skill to max. Faster XP rates, skill-based gameplay, a time limit, and lootable coffins. This makes agility training incredibly enjoyable. There is 82 agility. This gives me access to the next floor. Access to the next floor actually gives me about 33% more experience per hour, and some higher level coffins to loot, so that'll be pretty nice. Level 90 agility is the highest level I'll need for the achievement diaries, so that's what I'm going for. And I'm also going to buy some supplies for fletching training for low effort skilling when I'm not really able to do something high effort like agility. I'm going to be training with magic longbows. It's good XP per hour, and it also gives quite a bit of GP per hour. Also, that's why I'm training fletching instead of something like fishing. I figure I'll do the money making skilling first to get money earlier for buying bonds or gear, and also for buying skilling supplies. Which, speaking of, I will need a lot of money for skilling. Prayer, herblore, crafting, and maybe smithing, if I choose to do that with gold, will add up to something like 40 to 50 million GP, so I'll try to earn money wherever I can to start to make a dent in those supplies. And here's one of our best resources, Tears of Guthix. Tears of Guthix gives XP in your lowest skill according to how many tears you collect. Blue collects tears, and green takes them away. And my lowest skill is currently, and will probably continue to be, Runecraft, so a bit of free XP every week. 9,000 XP. That's about 10 to 15 minutes of Runecraft that I won't have to train later. I'll need to remember to come back each week. Agility levels are coming quite slowly. It does especially seem slow in contrast to Fletching, which is about 3 times the experience per hour. But honestly, I'm having quite fun training it, and I'm getting used to RuneScape movement, though I'm no expert yet. And that's another level. My Fletching level is making progress. 95 is the goal, only 4 more levels. That is another range level. It's really nice to get combat levels. The only training I'm doing for combat is doing Chambers of Xeric, but it is adding up. And the levels will hopefully make Chambers of Xeric go a little bit smoother. An XP random event. I'm obviously going to be using these on Runecraft, and they should add up over time to a fair amount of XP. Alright, well, I only have about 14 days of membership left, so I'm gonna get some bonds. I wanted to wait to sell all of the loot from the Hallowed Sepulchre and just get like a few tens of millions at once, but I really want to claim this now and get it over with, so I'll just sell some high value items. There's 3 million, and 1.5 million, and 2 bonds. Now I can claim the bonds for membership. Over 100 days, I won't have to worry about membership for a while. '89 agility, only 1 more level. It has been fun, but I honestly don't think I'll really miss the Hallowed Sepulchre. I've been here for quite a while. I'm looking forward to a change in scenery. Alright, 94 Fletching. This is a day after 89 agility, so it looks like I'll be able to finish off these skills quite closely to each other. This will actually be my last lap of the Sepulchre for a long while. I've been doing some thinking and roughly calculating some numbers. Since I'm going to be training fishing at Barbarian Fishing, I'm going to get quite a lot of agility experience. For 90 to 96 fishing, which is what I need for the achievement diary, I may be able to get around 400,000 agility experience. My calculations may be a bit off, but worst case scenario, I come back and do a few more laps for the remaining experience. And there is 95 Fletching. Those are the first 2 grinds done, kind of. I have a lot of hallowed marks. My graceful set is already recolored, and I already have all of the Hallowed Sepulchre tools, so the only thing really left to buy is the Dark Acorn for 3000 marks, so I can spend any of the extra points on loot pouches. It will leave me with some extra GP from my agility journey. Alright, before I forget, Tears of Guthix. That is an extra 9,600 experience. Well, now I can finally sell all of the loot I got from the Hallowed Sepulchre. Since I'm already selling a lot of loot, I might as well open these caskets as well. 36 million. This might be the most GP I've had yet. Well, I'll go see if I can complete this master clue and maybe even go past 36 million. You know, not bad. Up to 37 million. Alright, I'm gonna buy as many skilling supplies as I can with this 37 million. Planks, this should be enough for 78 construction with mahogany homes. Cooking should be cheap. Yep, there we go, not too bad for 95. Alright, I won't be able to buy all of the crafting materials, but after I craft some of these, I'll get a large chunk of money back and I should be able to buy the rest of the materials, or at least a good portion of them. Well, 12 million left, and I have quite a bit of the supplies I need already bought, and I'll get a decent amount of money back from all the crafting. I actually have just enough GP to buy all the bones I need. Here's a thing that'll help me with prayer training. The old school team recently released a rework to the Shades of Morton minigame, and that added Zealot robes. It's a skilling set that saves 5% of bones used while wearing the entire set, so it'll save me some money. I'll just need to get a golden key and then I can kill Urium Shades for a really good amount of golden keys. I just realized that I don't have high enough fire making to use redwood pyre logs, which is what you need to burn with Urium Shades to actually have a good chance at golden keys. Alright, well, I'm 85 fire making, which is high enough for the diary, but fire making is one of the few requirements that is higher for master clues than achievement diaries. It's 90 for master clues and 85 for diaries, but for redwood pyre logs I'm going to need 95, so a bit past 90. But Wintertod gives good XP rates and it'll be quite fun to open a bunch of crates, so I'm actually quite happy to go back and train fire making. Well, I wanted to wait and open all the crates I get from 85 to 95 from Wintertod, but my bank is full, so I'm gonna have to open up some of these crates before I get back to Wintertod. Well, I got a tome, so that's some decent money. Now I'll sell everything and see how much I get from 85 to 91. $3.2 million, nice. I did get a bit lucky with the tome. That's pretty nice to have the extra money. Well, back to Wintertod for 4 more levels. Wintertod is a little too high effort for me all the time, so when I want to do something lower effort, I'll be crafting these staves. 84 crafting. And I am now out of crafting materials. While I sell all those staves, I'm gonna start on cooking training. Well, there is 85 crafting. Now I can sell these staves and get a good amount of GP back. With making wine, you only get the XP drop after you haven't made wine for a few seconds, like they will ferment. So you can save up for a big XP drop if you don't stop making wines for a while. And there is the XP drop, 200,000. That's pretty nice. Cooking is really quick XP, this won't take long for 95. I'm not sure if this is common knowledge, but if you time where you eat food properly while chopping the tree, you actually don't delay any ticks for the next wood chop. Insane efficiency. There it is, finally 95 fire making. I say finally, but honestly it was quite quick, and it wasn't that bad to train. And I'm looking forward to opening all of these crates. Another tome? That's a nice extra bit of GP. 2.5 million GP, not bad. Well, now I'm ready to start the Shades of Morton grind. Well, collecting shade remains takes quite a while, but I can get an inventory and a coffin full every trip. Then I'll probably burn the remains for keys and use those keys so I don't collect too many remains. Oh boy, a clue scroll. I wonder how many of these I'll get. Alright, so I've tested the waters, and it seems that the Zealot rope pieces aren't super common, so I'm gonna go for 500 mains and see where I end up after that. Well, it took quite a while to collect these, but it should be fun to collect all of those keys and use them. Alright, well I should be able to just burn these and collect the keys afterwards. Wait, no. They're disappearing? Oh my, well I lost a few keys, but now I know. Well, there are the keys from 500 remains. Well, I got a clue scroll. There we go. Nice, that's the boots. Oh, helmet. Only 2 pieces left. Wait, these have a GE value? What is that based on? I can't buy the keys. Is it the average cost of the rewards? Wait, what? You can buy shade remains? What have I been doing manually obtaining these like some sort of Iron Man? Alright, my job just got a whole lot easier. A prayer level. Nice. I need 85 prayer for the Desert Elite Diary, so this will save me some bones. Well, there is another batch of keys obtained. Clue. Casket. Clue. And there is another casket. Another piece. Only one more for the set. There it is. That is the whole set obtained. Nice. I'm done opening keys now. Well, I'll finish opening these keys first. Clue. Casket. Well, I have a lot of loot to sell, and I'll see how my money is after I get rid of this loot. Almost 30 million GP. That is nice. Let me remind you, I just bought a bunch of skilling supplies earlier, and now I'm not going to even have to use all of the bones. I'm going to be saving 5% of them. Alright, by the way, I am currently using the custom light colors for Chambers of Xeric. Brown is not very good, red is decent loot, and then gold is Twisted Bow, so should be some extra excitement if I get a certain loot beam. Special loot? Wait, oh no. Not again. Are you tired of low value rewards? Has the tedium of making your own potions finally set in? Do naturally occurring organisms like plants disgust you? Or has the color green just become too boring? Well, boy do I have the offer for you. Come on in to the Theater of Blood. With a minimum special reward of 8 million GP, a place to purchase potions instead of making them, and a significant decrease in the amount of green, the theater is sure to meet your needs for a fun and exciting raid. And don't worry about all of the little critters. They may be alive, but there is nothing natural about these folks. So, what are you waiting for? With no entry fee and an easily accessible teleport straight to a nearby bank, earning money and having fun has never been easier. Come on down to the theater and pay with your life. Pot it up. Ready? First, with the theater, if someone dies in a room, they cannot continue that room. They either hope that their teammate or mates finish the room, or everyone dies and the raid has failed. It is much less forgiving than the Chambers of Xeric. The first room of the theater is the Maiden of Tsukudenti. The essence of this room is hit the boss, and at certain HP thresholds, red crabs will spawn that you will need to freeze before they reach Maiden, and then you'll need to damage them, or they will heal her and increase her damage. You also need to avoid the blood spawns that walk around and leave dangerous tiles behind. Okay. Go, go, go. Okay, well that was the first attempt. Okay, I'm in my gear. Oh, I didn't clump. That's my bad. Oh. Okay, I splashed on that one. Oh my. That's my bad. I splashed. This is it. Okay, go, go, go. The second room is the Pestilent Bloat. We need to avoid Bloat's line of sight by running around a massive pillar in the middle, lest we get barraged by flies that come from Bloat, and we hit the Bloat when they fall asleep. Oh! Oh, be careful. Oh! Whew. It's fine, it's fine. Oh! I might be able to finish this. Oh no! I messed it up. 15% though, that's pretty good. You know, okay, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to wait like a few minutes, okay? Well, okay, my farming timer is kind of messed up. I just needed to check if a tree was done. Well, you see, I was embarrassed. I just... Alright, well, the tree, I planted it. We almost got it. Almost. Nice, well done. How many brews do you have left? 2 in 1 dose. I have 1 left. It feels like we're getting, like... That felt much better. To be fair, I did hit both of my hammer specs. Nope. Remember that tree run? I sold the hat and Mage's book. So I got a hammer now. I might be dead. I'm dead. Bloat is definitely one of the rooms that you can do solo. Deactivating. It's gotta be it. Nice! You just saved me 100k. What's next? Oh, Nailocus. Uh-oh. The third room is the Nailocus Room. There are 2 parts to this room. First, we need to protect the 4 pillars from waves of mini and slightly bigger Nailocus. If a pillar falls, it will greatly hurt, and if all 4 pillars fall, the raid is failed. Once the waves are cleared with at least 1 pillar remaining and at least 1 player alive, the Nailocus Basilius comes down. It is a massive Nilo that switches styles frequently. You need to pray correctly according to the style it uses, or you will take massive damage, and hit it with the same style it's using, or you will heal the Nilo and take reflected damage according to the damage that would have been dealt. Be careful of the explosions. Oh, I guess we're 65% through the wave. This is my final stand. Okay. Teleporting. We did our best. Did you teleport out? Okay, good. That was good though. We made it past, you made it past Bloat. Well, that was a bit of progress. First day was rough, but at least progress was made. I want to quickly get done with construction training. I only need a few levels, so it shouldn't take too long. Well, that is some extra Runecraft XP. That did not take long at all. I'm already done. Alright, now that I've had a task of hard and honest work, I am out of money, kind of. So I decided it was time to turn to a life of crime. First, I need to prepare. The rogue's outfit gives double the rewards from pickpocketing, and it shouldn't take too long to get. Alright, before I turn to pickpocketing, I'm going to do some blast furnace for money. You may remember that I actually did this for my first 10 million in the second episode. Since then, the profit margin has dropped a bit. You can no longer really get near 1 million GP per hour, but the GP per hour isn't bad, so I will be doing that to rebuild my bank a bit. Also, I need 91 smithing for the diaries, so I may be able to get some good money on the way of getting that. Well, I've gotten a few levels, but I've hit the buy limit for coal. So I'm going to do some quests, or at least one. I need to complete the Ardoin medium diary to have an increased chance of pickpocketing in Ardoin, so I have the option pickpocket a Knight of Ardoin, which is a pretty good low effort training method for thieving. So, hand in the sand. Alright, well, I'm going to do all of the Ardoin diary steps that I can because I want to start thieving soon. Oh, there it is. That is the cooking requirement of 95 met. Well, I am going to go for prayer now. I already have all the bones I need, and that's before counting the zealot robes, which save 5% of the bones I use. So it'll be interesting to see how many bones I save. Well, there we go, 85 prayer. That is another skill done. And 2,000 total. It's a pretty cool milestone. I can now access 2,000 total worlds. That's nice to look at. Alright, next I'm gonna start woodcutting. It won't take very long. I'm quite close to the level requirement already. I'm about to go through a lot of skills relatively quickly, so it should be nice. Alright, that is the Ardoin medium diary complete, which means I can start on the thieving grind whenever I want to do anything a little higher effort. Well, that is after a little bit of thieving. The money isn't incredible, but it's better than I thought it would be actually. And there is 89 woodcutting. I'm still doing woodcutting when I can't do anything as click intensive as thieving. Only one more level to go. What? Did I just report someone? I didn't do anything productive, but I feel like I deserve an award for that. I don't know if I could even recreate that. Alright, I feel confident enough to undertake the task of training thieving with blackjacking. It will be much higher effort, and a little bit difficult at first, but it should be better XP and maybe better money as well. Well, that didn't take long. That is the woodcutting requirement done. Well, I'm done with woodcutting and need something low effort, so it is finally time to go back to fishing. What? A third lamp? Nice. Well, that was a massive day of thieving training. Blackjacking is intense, but it's rewarding. Alright, I did a thing. That is around 7.5 hours of blackjacking. Thieving XP comes fairly quickly and it's easy to be mesmerized by just staying in cycle. Well, anyway, still a bit of XP to go, but I'm getting there. Whew, well, there it is. That wasn't the longest grind I've done, but it surely was the most click intensive, but now it's done. Well, now I am going to do the longest grind for the diaries. It might be longer than Runecraft. Slayer. I'm sure most of you know, but Slayer is just really slow XP usually, but it's quite fun. I am currently getting favor to get the Memoirs teleport near Black Dragons. By the way, you may have noticed I haven't completed smithing. I'm going to do that later when I have enough GP to actually finish smithing with gold after Slayer. That's the plan anyway. Oh no. Okay, well, I'm dead. Teleport out? Okay, well, I'm at 26 health. I think I'll just TP out. Oh, never mind. I died. Oh no. Oh, I got stacked. Oh man. No, I'm out of prayer. Wait. I might be able to solo this. No! Nice. No, I got stacked out, but you can do this. No. Okay, this is good. I'm brewing up. This seems too calm. They're coming. It was never this nice before. What's happening? Did the game break? Oh, wait! Pray, pray. Okay. The fourth room is that of Soda's Egg. The fight consists of hitting the massive monster and praying melee, while switching to the correct prayers according to the orbs that Soda's Egg fires at you, or the orbs that bounce off your teammate or teammates. At 2/3 and 1/3 health, player is teleported to the Shadow Realm with a completed maze, and the remaining players are teleported to the start of the maze in the normal realm. The tile of the maze that the Shadow Realm player is on is lit up to the people in the normal realm. So the Shadow Realm player needs to show the maze to the normal realm people quick enough to evade the tornado that chases them, and rapid damage is taken if their own tile is stepped on in the normal realm.
Help! Wait. Oh, I ticketed it.
Oh. What? No. I died. Yeah, I don't think there's much of me surviving this. Make sure we don't lose all pillars. Oh. I died. There we go, another Zenite. Alright, I'm gonna try Grotesque Guardians with Guthans. The sustain from the Guthans heals should hopefully mean that I get a really long trip. Nice, a core. That's a nice bonus. What? 2 cores? It's like 5 mil extra. It's pretty nice to see. Zenite? Oh my goodness, I have way more Zenites than I should at the KC I have. Another level. That's slow progress, but at least it's progress. Okay, I guess that's another Zenite. I can't believe how lucky I've gotten with these. Well, I have a lot of money and I have 2 more skills that I need to buy supplies for. I calculated out how much money I will need, and I should have slightly more than enough to buy what I need. That should be enough gold. And here is the herb water, and there are the scales. It kind of hurts to spend this much money on scaling supplies, but I know I won't need to do this again for a long time, and I should be able to save the rest of the money to actually buy whatever want, like gear. Speaking of gear, I'm actually going to get Devout Boots because it helps save prayer points on bursting tasks. Alright, I have done quite a bit of Slayer and I have some more stuff to sell. That is the start of rebuilding my bank. I've decided that from time to time I will be doing, or at least attempting, the Corrupted Gauntlet. It will be some practice with combat and there's always a chance of getting a Blade of Seldor. Well, I have a master clue that I've been holding for a while and I want to open all the caskets I have, but I won't do that until the master clue is done. So I'm going to use all of this gold ore that I bought and use the blast furnace until 91 smithing, so I can be done with the diary requirement as well. Well, all I can really say is that I'm glad that I did this with gold. instead of trying to make money with another ore, I am glad to be out of here. Now I can open all of these caskets. I believe the only step I can't complete is at the master clue that requires 90 herb lore, so I hope I don't get that. Well, I guess that's the end of the opening. At least I got some decent money, and I can sell the purple sweets. Well, I imagine it is no surprise, but I'm starting herb lore training so I can get that master clue done. I'm almost done with fishing, but there's no harm in pausing the fishing grind for a little bit. Alright, I can do this clue and open the remaining caskets now. Okay, come on. I completely forgot that I could get this step. Well, this is going to take a bit longer to unlock. I guess from now until the end of Slayer, I'm just going to be hoarding caskets as I did before. Alright, Calphites. For this task, I actually want to go try and do the Calphite Queen. I need the head for the Desert Elite Diary, and I need a lot of KC to get that. Around 100 to a maximum of 256 KC. I'm going to use my money and get an Elder Maul for this task. Wow, well, I was expecting that to take longer. I'm out of here. I have all I need. I don't have enough to tank. I ate too early, that's really bad. Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay, dump your Warhammer specs. No. I died. Okay. I'm out. The fifth room houses Zarpus. This room has 3 phases. In the first phase, exhumed skeletons will be, well, exhumed on a certain tile, and one person must step on that tile to prevent Zarpus from obtaining health. The second phase starts with Zarpus awakening, and after a short delay, Zarpus will fire a poison projectile that leaves a poison tile at the tile that a person was standing on. The main strategy is to get into a cycle where you click back 2 tiles when Zarpus decides to fire, and stand next to Zarpus attacking with melee when it is safe to. And the third phase starts when Zarpus' health is around 25%. Zarpus will stop firing poison attacks and instead stare intently. If a player attacks Zarpus from a quadrant of the arena that he is currently looking at, Zarpus will retaliate with a strong poison attack, so basically don't attack him while he's looking at you. Why are we're not hitting? Oh, I died. You're gonna need to tiki the ball. No, give me brew. Go away, go away, go away. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh, I was late. Wait, I can click View Arena. I'm going. Okay. Not bad though. I have a lot of tickets, I might be able to make it. Okay.
I'm out of prayer and tickets.
got a range level. Oh, I didn't have any prayer left. I died, by the way, but... I was a little late. Okay, ranging. Oh. I just had an insane run. I died. Nice. Wait. Okay. I'm looking for tiles to go to. Fine. Okay, I'll try my best. I'm ready. The sixth and final room contains the final boss, Verziqvir. This room has 3 phases. The first phase, Verziq sits at her throne and fires magic projectiles that can be avoided by standing behind a pillar. The pillars take damage and eventually fall due to damage taken. Her shield must be reduced from 100% to 0% for her to get down from her throne and walk to the middle of the room to start phase 2. I went too early. Phase 2 is actually quite similar to Zarpus. Verziq shoots a green projectile at the tile you're standing at. It doesn't leave anything behind, but it does deal damage. So you just step back when she decides to fire the projectile and hit her with melee when it isn't dangerous. Also, if you're next to her when she's firing the projectile, she will instead bounce the player next to her, and during this phase you also have to deal with poisoning a purple Nilo that heals Verziq and carefully detonating Nailocus that follow you by standing near them, and then running away to avoid taking damage from them exploding. Also, Verziq sometimes fires an electric ball that basically deals heavy damage if someone isn't where they need to be. Oh. Alright, another Zenite. Nice. That is my first 99. I kind of forgot about it, but I guess it's pretty nice. Okay. Well, 91 Slayer. 4 more levels and I'm free. Oh, there it is. I can go back to fishing now. Well, that didn't take long. I'm now done with fishing for the achievement diaries. As I said way back, worst case scenario, I come back and do a few more laps for the remaining experience. I will be quickly finishing off 90 agility. It shouldn't take long, only a few laps. Okay, this is a bit ridiculous. Well, my house isn't too well upgraded, and I have all of the requirements for the Desert Elite Diary, which will give me a teleport to a restoration pool that heals special attack, stamina, prayer, and even overheals health. So with my next task being Cerberus, which I need to restore my stats a lot for, I think completing the Desert Elite Diary will be a good move. I've made a bit of a mistake. I can't claim this. My Runecraft is too low. Okay, I have a plan. I'm going to complete whatever diaries I can, and I should be able to get enough XP for 70 Runecraft, which then I'll be able to claim this lamp. I need to go to the wilderness, so I'm just gonna go ahead and claim these lamps. "99 farming." I've been doing tree runs for quite a while at this point. I'm finally done. Lamp collecting is done. Many diaries were completed, and this should be enough XP to allow me to claim the Desert Elite lamp. This is what I meant when I said the best way to train Runecraft. Look at those XP rates. Unbeatable. Nice. It hasn't been too much KC since my last Zenite. I'm honestly fine with not getting any more Zenites from this moment forward. What? Well, there is another 99, max range level. Almost there. A nuclear smoke devil. This superior slayer monster has one of the lowest drop rates for the imbued heart. This could mean nearly 30 million GP for me. This could change my bank. I would have access to so many items. I could become financially stable. This would leave Slayer off on a high note. Oh. Well, I guess not this one. Really? I have decided that I want my money and I want it now, so I'm gonna train Runecraft up to 72 and boost to 77 with a stew to get my Master Clue step done. There we go. Alright, well, from these caskets I probably won't get anything good. From the masters, the best I can get is, I believe, around 20 mil in a specific item. This doesn't include mega rares, which could be over 1 billion, but no matter what, it'll still be a good amount of GP. Oh, wait, what? Really? Actually? 30 million? Oh my. Okay, I'm good. I don't need any more RNG. $112 million GP. 112 million GP. Okay, I need to figure out what to buy because there are some things I can get. I've thought about it quite a bit and I can't really figure out what to spend all of the GP on, but I think I'll buy a Spectral Spirit Shield for around 68 million to help with Cerberus, and just save the rest for whatever might happen in the future. I'm still hoping for a Pegasian Crystal, but an extra 1.6 million is nice. 130 million. I sold the Spectral for a Dragon Hunter crossbow to do Vorkath, and now I sold all of the loot and the crossbow, and my bank value is looking pretty good. What? I am now on the final stretch of Slayer, one more level. If I get some burst tasks, this could be over very quickly. Actually, Imbued Heart, oh my. I only have one more level that I'm gonna train too. This is perfect timing. Well, I have a lot of GP now, and I'm gonna buy a big item, a Kodai Wand. It should make burst tasks even quicker, and I'll get some bonds. $126 days. Hopefully enough time to reach 99 Runecraft. Alright, I will also buy a Ring of Suffering for the prayer bonus. It'll help a bit during burst tasks. There it is. Finally. This took ages, but that is the final skilling grind for the diaries. Now I just have some miscellaneous diary requirements to grind for. My client froze. Unable to rejoin party. Exploded the crab. Dead? No? Okay. Oops. At 35% in phase 2, things change up a bit. Verziq stops spawning the purple crab and exploding Nailocus, but starts using a magical attack in addition to the attack targeted at where you are and the electric ball. But the main thing is that she spawns red Nailocus. After a short time, these Nailocus die and heal Verziq for their HP and are replaced by new ones. So you damage a red Nailocus a bunch and then hit Verziq to bring her health down. Once Verziq is at 0%, the next and final phase starts. Oop. Bye. Oh, she splashed. I'm done. Wait, splashed? Oh. Oh. It feels like we did better. Do it.
We made it!
Phase 3. Verziqvir turns into a massive spider and attacks with a mage attack, range attack, and a melee attack. You can avoid the melee attack, which is very powerful, by going under or away from Verziqvir when Verziqvir rolls the attack. She also periodically uses a special attack. It can be one of 4. Exploding Nailocus, which you need to carefully detonate, sticky webs, which basically requires you to just keep moving to not get stuck in them, yellow pads, which you have to stand on to avoid heavy damage, and green ball, which in duos basically just means that someone's losing 75% of their max health. Oh. Okay, well, this will take a while. I will need to get level 5 in each Barbarian Assault roll, so a few days of Barbarian Assault it is. There is the final level up. It wasn't too bad. Well, I have a few more fairly tedious grinds to get through for the diaries, but having Barbarian Assault done is really nice. Now, I have to get 1000 Chompy Bird KC. This will take a while. Probably not as bad as Barbarian Assault though. That wasn't too bad. Black Knight's next. I need like 1000 KC, but it should be faster than Chompy's. It is done. Mage Training Arena. I need to unlock Bones to Beaches, so I need to do each minigame a little bit to get enough points to get it. Okay, I'm done with all of the points I need. Honestly, I liked it quite a lot. It felt very RuneScape. Well, I have finished the tedious grinds for the diaries. I can now work on a grind that should be fairly fun, questing. I'm gonna start with probably the worst quests, Rag and Bone Man 1 and 2, and I will hopefully end off on the best quest. And the final quest is complete. What a nice way to get my quest point cape. Well, now there is nothing left except all the diary steps I can do. In case there was any doubt in anyone's mind about my training decision for Runecraft, look at these XP rates. You can't beat this. They don't teach you this stuff on the wiki. Well, I'm gonna go get a large pouch to do some training because my other training method stopped working. I just realized I can boost for a few more diaries, so I will quickly try my luck and get some more lamps. some more XP for the road. Alright, I'm gonna go craft some Cosmic Runes until I am 77 Runecraft. Then I'll move on to Blood Runes. That didn't take long, just a few hours. Off to Bloods. I'm gonna be here for a long time. My bad, sorry. Oh. Okay, well, you may remember I spent a lot of money on stuff that I'm currently not using, and that a little while ago my duo partner purchased a scythe. Well, my TOB duo partner has been earning a lot of money, and we looked into my bank and their bank and found that we could both pool our money together and have us both have a scythe. Good news, I have a Scythe of Vitur. Bad news, I am 303 million GP in debt. Hopefully the theater pays soon and pays well. Just keep going. At 20%, Verziqvir gets enraged. She attacks more often and spawns purple tornadoes that follow each player, and if they reach the player, they hit for half of their current health and heal Verziqvir based on the damage dealt. It gets intense, but once Verziqvir hits 0 HP, the raid is complete. You get access to the treasure room, and with a duo deathless raid, each player is left with around 4 million GP, averaging the chance of getting high value uniques. I'm dead. Go near me, go near, go near. My bad. I'm in it. I took out another loan. I am now 340 million GP in debt. I'm dead. Spec if you can. I wanted to get primordials pretty badly, so yeah, I took out another 5 million GP loan. My debt is 345 million GP. Is 100% interest bad? I figured that just meant they were looking out for me. Alright, I'm ready. Alright. He's running. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, well done. Hit. don't be scared to heal. Alright, you spec first. Nice. 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 Alright. Yeah, I'm ready. Step back. Nice. I'm stuck. Help. Get out. Yeah. Remember, tanking's different. Tanking's different. It's after me. I'm good. 99 strength.
We got it. We got our first KC. We actually got it.
Easy. That was such a good raid. That's a 30 mil split. Alongside this incredible achievement, my nearly 6-month journey of skilling was nearing its end. Even more valuable than the new moneymaker I earned, this journey showed me that no matter how impossible the odds may be, no matter how far away success may seem, no matter how difficult the challenge, there is always a way to conquer it. I hope to see you in the next episode.